The special one is back again in the big time. Following his sacking by Fenerbahce, Jose Mourinho has been confirmed the new manager for Benfica. And coincidentally, that is where he began his managerial career as a football manager. What a cycle he's been through all through his managerial career, and what an appointment this would be. Benfica played a part in his sacking in that Champions League playoff, and now he's back in the big time. And it will interest Chelsea fans to know that Jose Mourinho will be taking Benfica to Stamford Bridge on September 30th in the Champions League. What a drama that promises to be. But we have missed this man in the big time so much. And a lot of people have been saying, why didn't he wait for a Premier League opportunity? Perhaps Nottingham Forest, but now they've got Angel Postecoglou. Who knows? But now he's taking charge of Benfica for 2 years. And who says he can still not make a return to the Premier League? I love this manager so much because he's a serial proven winner. He wins almost everywhere he's been, except for, I think, Tottenham. And it's really pathetic that he was sacked few days before playing that League Cup final in 2021 against Manchester City. He always finds a way to win. Forget what anybody says. For me, that is my GOAT right there. Greatest of all time in terms of managers and what they were able to bring to the game. I don't just look at stats or how many trophies you've won. Yes, he's won a lot of trophies, and there perhaps are managers who have even won more than Jose Mourinho. It's what he's been able to do, game management, tactical nuances during games, split instant decision on the spot, being able to read the game and make changes during games and affect the outcome of the match. I give it to him. No manager comes close. So maybe he and Sir Alex Ferguson will be in the same conversation as the GOAT. I don't know. Sir Alex Ferguson for his longevity in the game and being able to turn, a team of average players into serial winners. He did that consistently with Man United. But for this man, the special one, man, he did some amazing job in the game, not just leading a less fancied Porto to the UEFA Cup in 2003 and Champions League in 2004. And what about that treble winning a team with Inter Milan in 2010? This man is an absolute winner, 3-time Premier League champions, with Chelsea 2005, 2006, and then 2015 in his second stint in charge of Chelsea. A lot of people believe he should have been left to be the manager for Manchester United. Perhaps he would have restored them back to glory days by now, but it wasn't to be. They let him go. But Jose Mourinho, for me, is a really a top class manager. Maybe he's lost some of that spark, due to age. He's now 62 years. He might not be able to do some of those crazy stuff he did, in the touchline before now. Like you recall that epic run at Old Trafford when he brought his Porto side to beat Manchester United, and he ran all the way. He doesn't have that sort of energy anymore, or the sort of animated personality on the touchline because of age. But take nothing away from this man. His passion, his desire to always win football matches is second to none. Very pragmatic. He set up his team based on the strengths of the opposition, and that is exactly what I like in him. He's very dynamic. He adapts to situations. He adapts to his players. He adapts his system to suit his players, and he studies the opponent to set up his team, either defensively or in an attacking wise. I would never forget, I think when he was in charge of Real Madrid, that game against, I think it was Manchester United actually. Yeah, I think it was Manchester United. He was about to make a substitution, and then he saw that a player was red carded. I really have forgotten the exact player was red carded, and then he beckoned to Luka Modric Instead, Luka Modric wasn't the player he intended to bring on into the game, but because of the red card, instantly he made that instant decision to change his mind and beckon on Luka Modric, and Luka Modric ended up to be the match winner in that game. What a manager this man is. That is exactly the sort of thing I'm talking about. Very tactical, pragmatic ability to read games. And he speaks his mind. He says the truth. He says things the way they are. And I love that in people. Not some hypocrite who hides their feelings, hides their emotions, and then, pretend like all is well when we know it is not well. And that is what sets this man apart from, other managers. Trust me. And maybe that's why my slight love for Ruben Amorim. That's where he's coming from as well, because he's also very direct and outspoken, says his mind, bears it all, tells you, hey, we have a problem. Unlike other manager, I recall when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer took charge of Man United to replace Jose Mourinho, and in his first press conference, he was like, football is very easy when you've got great players. And what then became of those great players? He won nothing, absolutely nothing with those great players. So don't go say what you would regret. Well, Mourinho will now face his former side at Chelsea later this month in the Champions League. He had a short spell with Benfica in the early 2000s, and he left because they refused to extend his contract when he demanded for it to be extended, and he left. And later on, Benfica were watching him lead their rivals FC Porto to UEFA Cup and the Champions League glory. He then joined Chelsea soon after and stayed them to their first Premier League title in a long while in 2005, 2006, winning it back to back. And then when he came back in 2015, he also won it. He was Champions League winner at Inter Milan in 2010. Well, he wasn't exactly able to restore Man United back to glory days, but he finished second and won them the Europa League and the League Cup in 2017. And he claimed coming second was his greatest achievement as a manager. That tells you that quote right there carries a lot of weight even until now. And he was a Conference League winner at AS Roma in 2022 before taking charge at Fenerbahce in the summer of 2024, and they lost the title to eventual champions Galatasaray themselves. This man brings a lot of drama, a lot of excitement. So what can we expect from him at Benfica? Explosive press conferences, and that is what we have missed in the Premier League. A lot of fun when Jose is at press conferences. He's always cutting an animated figure. Wow. Well, Benfica will have to enjoy a lot of that. I recall when he was being hounded by a lot of the media and pundits in England while he was in charge of Man United. They kept asking him a lot of ridiculous questions. Today, why is Rashford not playing? Tomorrow, it is a question, why is Martial on the bench? He felt so tired and frustrated, and he was like, hey, it seems Jose is the only manager in world football who is allowed to field 22 players, because when other managers bench their players, nobody asks them, oh, you have some managers with ridiculous squad and they bench some of their star men, 100 million pounds, 60 million pounds player. They keep them on the bench. No question as to, hey, why is he on the bench? But Jose, he drops Jesse Lingard. Oh, why is Lingard on the bench today? Why is he not playing? Why is Rashford not playing? Why is Martial not playing? Why is it? And he was frustrated. It was like, hey. Then I recall another one. It was like, if it rains in the UK today, it's Jose's fault. Oh God. We love Jose so much. I hope he can still bring some of those crazy excitement to Benfica and to Portuguese football in the end. but we can't wait to have him back, perhaps in the Premier League at some point, maybe when his contract expires with Benfica. But for now, it is Benfica who have got the special one back with them in a second stint in charge of the team, and he'll be looking perhaps to steer them. We don't know how much he can do in Europe with that squad, but they'll be hoping for greater things to come under the special one, who is now calling himself the matured, less egocentric one. Jose Mourinho is back with Benfica, and we are all excited to have him back at the big time. All right, thank you guys. I'll see you again right when we bring you more content like this on our page, Touchline Frenzy. If you love the controversial figure of Jose Mourinho, then you will love this page. And I'll see you again soon. Ciao.